Welcome to the channel, everybody. Leveling.cast. Hopefully you love Hot Wheels premiums because we have a ridiculous amount of premiums to move through here on this one video. We're going to start off with the Fast and Furious mix. This is mix number 3 for 2024. Starting off with number 5 Land Rover Defender 90. This is a re-release. There is the entire mix there on the back. Of course, this mix has 3 brand spanking new castings in it, which is pretty impressive, and then 2 re-releases. We're just going to go ahead and do these. We do have the originals as well. So Land Rover Defender 90. This one came out originally maybe in Furious Off-Road, maybe. It's been a little bit since we've seen this one. Just in solid black. Does have the 6 spokes, which looks pretty good. Prints on the front. Pretty straightforward, pretty average. Does say Defender there on the grille. Looks pretty good. And then just your basic taillight prints in the back, all that kind of stuff like that. It says Land Rover on the other side. This is the original release right here. This one dated P31. And then our brand new one here on the top. This one is dated T13. So not going to be anything different with the bases. Our original there is on the left. The taillight prints and all that stuff like that are the same. The Land Rover print on the back is the same. A little bit of a different finish to the base. A little bit of different finish for some interior bits, but that's pretty much it. Still pretty much just black. Same wheels between the two, same off-road wheels. Prints in the front are identical, and they both say Defender on there. So, see, the original one says Defender with like some gray. That one also says Defender with like some gray. So, nothing fancy with those, unfortunately. And then same exact stuff on the top. So, unfortunately, nothing really doing for that one. So, we'll throw that guy there. Can't win them all. Next one up, though, this one is a brand spanking new casting. Toyota FJ43. The Land Cruiser FJ43. This one looks interesting. Now, I will tell you that the finish on these FJs looks a little bit weird. I don't know if it's because of the paint that they used or maybe their process, but you can see how the paint is completely uneven. You see how it's got all these like light blotches in it. The color's nice. It's like a metallic candy red, but it's got like all these blotches and it's very uneven. Very, very uneven, which is unfortunate because this is a brand spanking new casting. There is the prints in the front. The prints in the front look fantastic. It says Toyota on there. The prints look very crisp, very, very nice. There's an integrated winch. I think chrome was a good choice for the color of the wheels. Again, that blotchy paint, you can see it. It's so prevalent, and it's just really thin in here too. A little bit of print on the top for those grab handles there on the hood. Looks pretty good. White painted rooftop. Print looks fantastic on that. Integrated spare tire in the back. It's just part of the interior. Looks pretty good though. No additional prints on the back. No taillights. No nothing. Just regular. As far as the base deets here. Flip that around. Total FJ43 looks pretty good. T14. It's a good casting. It's a good casting. The only problem is just that red paint is just super, super blotchy. All right, number 2 of 5. Yes, I actually picked these up at Hobby Lobby. Porsche 911 Carrera RS 3.8. This is a brand spanking new casting for this year. Debuting in the Fast and Furious line. Always happy to have yet another Porsche. It is super wide, super fantastic. And it's silver, which looks good. Big, huge, wide wing on the back. Prints on the top look good. Prints on the back look good. It says Porsche. You better start saying Porsche right. We don't get yelled at no more. Those Fuchs style wheels looks very, very good on this particular casting. Chrome ring on the outside of the wheels looks good. Prints on the front look fantastic. Really, really good. Porsche symbol there on the hood. Side mirrors on there, which is always good. Sometimes they don't include those. And can't really see the interior, but it looks relatively detailed up. And then there is the base deets. Of course, made in Thailand, RS 3.8. It's good. This is really good. And of course, the wing is all part of the body, so it's all metal. It's all good. So, throw that guy right here. It's actually pretty good. I really like that one a lot. All right, yet another brand spanking new casting. Again, got it from Hobby Lobby. The Mercedes-Benz 500 SEL. Huge, wide, low-slung, massive sedan. And it's in silver. I'm thinking this is going to be excellent. So this casting is extremely wide, extremely flat, and extremely long. And I think it looks the part perfectly fine. The prints are fantastic. I do like the fact that the headlight prints look that good, but it makes it look like it's a drawing. It doesn't look realistic. It looks like a drawing. And like I said, the prints look good, but it looks like a drawing. I mean, you look at it from like this, almost looks like it was kind of drawn on the screen. So, kind of interesting. I mean, the prints are crisp. They're looking really, really good. Tail lights, or the corner lights and all that stuff. The wheels are meh. I think the wheel choice is fine, but just in basic gray is not that great looking. Does have some really nice tint on the windows. I really like the fact that this one window is just partially down. That's such a cool little touch. And then, of course, the one on the other side is fully rolled up. I do like that. Door handle prints on there as well. And then there is the taillight prints. Looks good. It says 500 SEL. There you go. Mercedes logo on there. Super up close. It looks good. This is actually a really good casting. Like I said, it's a big casting, but it looks good. I think people who are very good at customs and stuff and dropping this and giving it a nice VIP stance would be, it'd look pretty good. So there is the base deets. So throw that up there. Just give you a comparison. Just how big that is compared to the Porsche. It's a big one. All right, last one in this particular mix, the Acura Integra GSR. This is Mia's Acura Integra GSR. This is a re-release. We do have the original version. It's just like right around the corner that we got the previous one. So the fact of getting anything different is going to be basically none. There is the original version right there that is dated S25. So barely just a little over a year ago. This is our new one here. This one is dated T13. So the original one there on the bottom, it is definitely a darker kind of blue-purple. But as far as the deco on the side looks exactly the same. It's exactly the same wheels. They both have the same tinted window. Prints on the back look pretty decent. It says Type R on one side, HKS on the other side. It's a little bit different size font on the new one, which is on the right. But that's pretty much it. And you can see the shade of like the bluish purple between the two, with the left side being the original release of the casting. There is the deets on this side. Same details, same wheels and all that good stuff like that. And then there is the front print. The front prints are exactly the same between the two. Nothing doing. And then, of course, base deets. This is the one thing I wish they would have changed. You know, just give it a different color base. Just paint it something different than this silver. Maybe even leave it raw. I think it would have been just as fine. You're just looking to get the little exhaust tip, so a little bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. It's there. It's a thing. All right, moving on to Pop Culture Mix number 3. I think this is mix number 3 of the year. For the gold label, this is the reissue of the Plumber van. We do have the original one as well. This mix has way better stuff than the Plumber van, but that's just what we're going to start with. So this is one of those models that I always question why Hot Wheels does it, because they literally can't do anything other than this with this particular casting. This is the OG version right here. I don't think it has a day code on it. Doesn't look like it's got a day code, but this is the original one. Oh, there you go. S01. Barely in there. So S01 is the original. This is our new one right here, which is also stamped right there. So that's T0, call it T03. So the original one there on the left, it is the exact same prints between the two. The finish on the paint is significantly different. The original one here, you can't even tell anymore. This original one on the left side here. This one is much thicker paint. The new one on the right is much thinner paint. So the color is much darker on the original one on the left. The roof rack accessory on the top is exactly the same. Prints on the front. The grille print for the original one is definitely brighter than the new one. The prints, though, are all the same as far as like the details and all the good stuff like that. And then on the other side there, same prints, same wheels, same everything like that. And then there is the details in the back. So the silver that, you know, makes up the fake windows in the back actually looks pretty even between the two, shockingly. And then just a little bit of plate details, so nothing fancy on this one. And then as far as the base goes, nothing different between the bases, exactly the same between the two. So a little bit unfortunate between the two, but I mean, honestly, what are they going to do with that particular casting? There's really nothing that they can do with that casting ever again. One of the things I wish they could have done is, instead of putting Mario on one side, like just flip it around so that Luigi would have been on this side. It would have been super simple to do that. All right, next one up in this particular mix, this is the Lotus Esprit S1. This is a re-release. We've seen this particular one in that deco premium style before, so again, nothing new here. It's been a little bit, though, since we've gotten the other Lotus one. This is the original release of this particular deco is M45. And then this is our brand new one right here, which is T11. So our original one there on the bottom. You see the Esprit print right there on the C-pillar is much smaller than the original, bigger on this one. The chrome is actually a little bit brighter on the original wheels for some reason. I don't know why that makes any difference, but it is. As far as the details in the front, the original one there on the left has more darkened print for the Esprit. The print on the new one is a little bit hollowed out, and it's probably just because of the size of prints. They are the exact same white between the two, though. Again, just that Esprit print there on the C-pillar is the only thing that's different. Details on the back, the original one on the left versus the one on the right. Bold print for the plate on the left, regular print on the right. So not much difference, but just a little bit, not for the crazy, not for the normal collector, but only for the crazy one. Also, this went from made in Thailand to made in Indonesia. So make a note on that. The new one is made in Indonesia. So if you're a super hardcore collector, you're definitely going to have to get the Indonesia base variant. All right, moving on to the more exciting stuff in that mix. This is a brand spanking new casting, the Aston Martin V8 for No Time to Die 007. Super stoked about this one. This one looks really good in the blister, and I'm anticipating it's going to look even better outside the blister. Very interesting. They just call it the Aston Martin V8. This looks absolutely fantastic. Prints look excellent in the front. Really like this. Digging this casting already, just right out the gate. Matte black for the top. You know, for the ejecto seato, it is 007, by the way. So, you know, he does have an ejector seat in there. There is the print in the back. Does have your GB on there for Great Britain. The plate detail print up looks pretty good. A little bit of print for the taillight tips, or I'm sorry, the exhaust tips, which looks good. This bumper is actually an added-on piece. It's you can see it's down here as well, but the interior is not chrome, so that's an extra piece. You have the interior, then you have this chrome part, and then you have the body and the base. I think the wheel choice is fantastic, although I think it should have been a painted silver, not regular gray. That regular gray is really just doesn't look good. There is the base deets on the super shiny base. Aston Martin V8, made in Indonesia. Right between the exhaust, you have that little silhouette of the Hot Wheels symbol, which is pretty cool. This is a very good casting. This is a very good casting. I'm very impressed. Definitely need some new wheels, though. But other than the new wheels, I'm actually quite impressed with that one. All right, the return of the drag bus. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 40th year anniversary. Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the drag bus. Looks pretty good. Been a little bit since we've seen the drag bus, but it's still rocking, obviously. Still super popular. I don't have too many drag buses. I just kind of pick them up here and there. It's a big, huge heavyweight. Looks pretty good. Details in the front are the same as always. I do like the print on the side. There is your 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on this side. And then there is a different deco of them on this side, which looks super cool. I like that Hot Wheels changes that up with the pop culture stuff. They do 2 different decos on it. And then there is the deco on the top. Looks good. I definitely like that. It's definitely artistic. It's not like, you know, super realistic or anything like that. It's like hand-drawn looking. And then you do have super chrome engine in there with the big chrome dumper off the back of that, which looks good. Of course, opens up like it always has, a little bit of cab in there as well. Base deets, nothing fancy. There you go. Made in Indonesia, though. Hopefully this fits. Is it going to fit? Ooh. It's close enough. It's close enough. All right, last one in that pop culture mix is the Beatles. Yes, you might be saying we just got this highway hauler, and we did in the mix B, but it was in orange, and now it's in like a mint color. I'm fine with that. I mean, that's fine. It's a new color, so we'll live with it. But you know, Hot Wheels is definitely cheaping out in the pop culture realm. So nothing fancy with this, just in mint kind of color rather than orange. Which was the previous release. Prints still look pretty good on the side. I do like the details. I do like the highway hauler being all premium stuff. Really nothing fancy with this one. Just very, very straightforward. Let's see. Ooh, barely fits in there. All right, now I do have one other thing, which I'm sure, arguably, everybody is waiting to find. This is Slide Street. Slide Street 2. This came from One Stop Diecast. I bought this from a local vendor of mine, so I got a pretty good deal on it. I got 60 bucks on the case. This does not appear to be double taped. It appears to be just singular taped. Whether I'll get a chase, I don't know. I did talk to the vendor guy I bought it from. He ordered quite a few cases, and there was no chases in the ones he ordered, but he does sell full cases. So we are going to hope I get a chase in Slide Street, which would be kind of cool. But again, my chase with Hot Wheels is pretty slim. You guys know my chase with Greenlight is apparently really, really good. All right, so did we get a chase with Slide Street? I did not. I already see ridiculous yellow here between the two. No chase between the two. So what we're going to do is we'll just go ahead and pull out what we got going on here. Start from one side. Start with this guy right here, number 1 of 5. This is the 2023 Nissan Z. There is your card art for Slide Street 2. Of course, we're going to have the whole mix for sure. Unfortunately, no chase. There's all the deets. There's the deets right there, should you need them. So we'll go ahead and get this guy cracked right open. Not even going to wait. This is not a new casting. This is the same Nissan Z casting that came out previously, and we've seen this in premium before, although this is a whole nother level of deco for this one. It says Forsberg Racing on the side, super decoed up, kind of like that really nice inkjet printing, looks good. All kinds of print all over this one, even nice print in the back window. It says Drift Alliance, which looks good. Print on the back, tail lights done up, all that good stuff like that. Get that to focus a little bit, there we go. There's pretty much nothing that doesn't have Tampo on it. Headlights look good. I do like the 5 spokes. I think that's a good wheel for this one. Looks good. Looks good. I mean, it's, you know, it's a Z, but it does look good. There is the base deets there. I think this is hilarious. They printed over the stamp in there. So you see the stamp didn't come out very good, so they just printed print over it. I think that's hilarious. They're trying to get it 2024 day cut on there, which is I find that amusing. I just do. All right, next one up in the mix. This one is number 2 of 5. This is the Lamborghini Huracan LB Works. This is, we've seen this in the main line. This is the deco that it debuted with in the main line. And to be honest with you, this is just Mattel being lazy, throwing some Rail Riders on this and throwing it into the mix. Yeah, it's fine getting this in premium, but like I said, this was the very first deco that was released for this casting in the main line back in the day. Does have the offset wheels. I actually kind of like the combination. It's about as close as they can get for what they're going for. Having the aero blade in the front and kind of a deep dish kind of wheel in the back. Says Lamborghini on the side. It's all like camo a little bit. It does look pretty good. It says Toyo tires there on the top. Taillight prints are done up, which looks pretty good. Something we did not get in the mainline Lamborghini there underneath the lip. Of course, it's metal base as well. A little bit of print on the windshield as well. Mad Mike Motorsports, LB Performance, Toyota tires on there. Looks good. It does look good. I mean, it looks good as a premium, but like I said, it's minimal at best. I'm not a huge fan of this set per se, but I do collect all these castings, so it is what it is. All right, moving on to the next one. This is number 3 of 5. This is the model that would be a chase if there was a chase, but unfortunately, I did not pull a chase. 2023 Corolla, Toyota GR Corolla. Brand spanking new casting for this mix, brand new casting for this year. It's kind of funny because they couldn't do a black Rain X version for the chase because Rain X wouldn't let them. So the chase is just regular black, which I think is hilarious. But they wanted to do the chase on the new casting. So this being a brand new casting, we will critique. I can tell you right now, it looks pretty good from what I can see. BC Racing on there, Rain X, Nito, got RS printed on the window, which is a very, very cool touch. I think the wheel choice is fantastic in white. Details in the back, lots of print, looking good. The base is blue. Painted. Oh, that's painted. Oh, okay. Very, very cool. So they painted the back of the base to match. I do like that. That's a pretty good detail. I thought the entire base would be blue, but it's just that little lip that was printed up. This one is a very interesting design for the post in the back, so you don't have that ugly post go all the way through the car. That way you can see right through the car, but it still has that post in the back. So hopefully they can do that with some more models. Some details on the top. Looks good. Prints on the front look fantastic. Got your Toyota symbol in there. A little bit of fog light detail as well. This is actually a pretty good casting. It's actually really good casting. Really, really good casting. There is the base deets. It's a matte black base as well. T14 on that one. And it's wide. It's pretty wide. So I just want to point that out. It's very wide. It's not probably not as wide as the Lambo, but it's pretty close to the Lambo. All right, I have not seen this mix in stores yet, but I have heard this is one of the ones that is being left behind. The RTR Mustang Spec 5. Particularly, I mean, in my opinion, I actually think this is probably one of the best looking ones in the release, just in my opinion. This one is number 5 of 5, so we skipped 4, just the way it came out of the case, so just FYI. 1, 2, 3, 5. I actually really like this. It's got a little bit of that yellow print on the tires as well, or the wheels, I should say. So that's a super, super cool little detail in there. All those neon bits, all that stuff looks good. You know, I thought this casting was pretty good. We've had some pretty average releases of it though so far, but I think this is the best release of this casting yet. I really like this one a lot. The prints in the back look pretty good. It does say RTR in there. It is super shiny. It's kind of underneath that lip, so it's kind of hard to see. It does have a plate on there. It says Hard TR. Looks pretty good. So maybe a little bit too much red for the taillights, but it doesn't look bad. And then here's the deets on the other side. Just says RTR. The base color being this gloss gray looks fantastic. There is your base deets with the big huge front lip on it, the big huge diffuser on the back. I actually think that one looks really good. That's actually, I mean, it looks super, super cool when you watch the wheels. I think that looks super, super cool. Like, that looks super, I don't know. In my opinion, the wheel print just makes it look a little bit more premium. Just a little bit more premium. All right, next one up in the mix. This one is probably going to be the best one. Probably going to be the best one. Nissan 240SX. This is the S14. Looking pretty street racer-esque. Get this guy cracked open. Yeah, when I first got this case to crack open, I could have swore this was an S15, but I was mistaken. So there it is on the back. It is modeled from Toy Inc. So I'm sure you guys who are checking out this live stream are very familiar with what Toy Inc. is. Taillight prints on the back look good. Got some Nissan symbol in there. I like the fact that the wing not only is metal, but it's open. It's not solid. Looks good. The base is Brilliant Zamic, which is definitely not something I would expect it to see. But it looks pretty good because then you get that nice Brilliant exhaust tip, which looks pretty good. 5 spokes on this one. I think the color choice is great. Of course, you know, they're making a replica of a 1-to-1, so you kind of go with the color that is of the source material. The print on the front look good. Looks really, really good. I really like this one a lot. This is definitely the best S14 that they've done by far. I'm not sure if this one's better than that Mustang. It's pretty nice, but man, that Mustang is pretty nice. I actually think that Mustang is pretty nice. And of course, you got equal parts of all of those models, 1 for 1. All right, so there you go. That is a big old smorgasbord of premiums. So 15 premiums. I didn't really want to create a video for each one of those. They're kind of beat to death a little bit. Just throw them together. I want to get them on the channel just for completion for you guys. Let me know what you think about those. Let me know what you think about Slide Street, Fast and Furious. That's actually a pretty decent mix of Fast and Furious. And actually a pretty decent mix of pop culture as well. So not a bad assortment of premiums to throw up in the collection. So drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about that. Appreciate every single one of you as always. Love them. Cat saying